Hi and welcome to Larry's computer class. Today we're going to do drop-down menus. Very simple. What you're going to do is you're going to have a list where they can click on a button and a menu will drop down with a list of items that they can select. We're going to go to our HTML file, same as the others. If you watch some of the other videos on radio buttons and checkboxes, you need a dropdown.html file and a dropdown.php file. So we're going to go to our HTML file first. Oops, I clicked on it twice. We're going to open it. Right-click Notepad. Okay, here, very simple. Usual tags are body. H2, country, end H2, and actually should say end H2. Form action equals dropdown.php. Dropdown.php is the other folder that we created that it's going to go to when you open your browser and someone clicks on the submit button. The browser knows that it has to go to the drop-down menu, the drop-down PHP folder, and execute the code that's in that folder. And in method we have post. Two methods. If you've seen the other videos, I've gone over this a little bit. We have get and post. We're posting because we're putting it to another page. Method, if you use get, it's if you're getting information from somewhere like a database or something like that, you would use get. So we're going to use post. And here we just start out select. And select and end select are our tags for drop-down menus, opening and closing tags. So we have select, name, country. I have a list of a few countries here that I just wrote in. Class required, because you want them to be able to, you want them to have to make a selection, and then an ID is just selection 8. And then down here, the first line we're going to do is we have options and closing options, and in between we have value equals. The first line you're just going to put 2 quotation marks and your closing brackets. So from here to here, option value equals 2 marks, your closing bracket, and then close option. And I'll explain why we do that in a minute. And then down here we have our options that they're going to choose from. Option value equals USA, USA outside the brackets, and then closing option tags. Same thing, option value equals Afghanistan. You get your equal, your quotation, Afghanistan quotation, your end arrow, and then Afghanistan outside the arrows, and your end option. And it's the same thing all the way down. Alabama. What you see here, as usual, what's outside the arrows, or what's between the closing and opening arrow, is what's going to display on the page when you open your browser. So Afghan, Albania, Algeria, Andorra, Anguilla, those are all going to appear on your page. And then down here we have our break at the end, and another break to leave a line space. BR is just a line space, it leaves an empty line. And then input type submit, name submit, value submit. This is for your submit button. Input type is submit. Your name, you just have to give it some kind of name. You can name it whatever you want. Value, the submit button here. This is what's going to appear on your browser underneath your display, your drop-down menu. You're going to have your button that says submit. We can actually make this a capital S if you want. And then you have your end select button, and then your regular end form, end body, and HTML tags. So there you go, very simple. You can make these anything you want. You can make these colors, anything. Selection name, country instead of country. You could put colors. You can put red, white, blue, green, anything you want in here. And then when we open our browser, what is this? We open our browser. And we come up to the top. We put in, make sure your XAMPP buttons are turned on here, the control panel. Mine's already running. Make sure these are running. Stop, run. Come back to your browser. Type in local host slash dropdown .html. Enter, and here you go. You get your country, which is right here, your H tags, your country. And then you have your drop down menu with your select button. When they click on this, they have the list they can choose from. Now right here you can see as this box is empty. You want that empty if you're validating. If you're doing any kind of validating with drop down menus, so you want this first one empty. And that's because when it goes to the PHP code, it needs to see an empty box to validate, to say that they haven't selected anything. So make sure you have your empty space on your first line, and then your choices down here. So now we can go to our PHP page, open up our PHP page, Notepad, and now here we just have our basic submit button. We have our usual opening tags, our PHP, our country equals post country. This is, you've seen this in other videos. If is set post country, echo your country is a space, and then whatever the country they select. So what we have here is we have $country, which means you're telling the browser that it has to go get the information from the other page listed under country, which is the name of the sheet. Select name country. So you're telling the browser with this $, you're telling it has to post the information in the country display, the form. And then you're just saying equals post country. And then here we're saying if is set post country. So what that means is if they selected something in country, they selected one of the countries, if selected, post the country. And then you're just saying echo. Echo means to print in the browser. Whatever's after echo will actually show up in your browser. And then you put in quotations, your country is. This here is just a code to make a space between the words. Otherwise the country will show up right next to is without a space between it. So you put is, the space code, and then your quotation, a period, your $country, a period, and your quotations. So it's quotation period, period quotation, and then your break, and then your end colon. So here it's the country. This comes from here. It tells the browser to go to country, post this information, and it's telling you to post it here. So this has to be the same, and this has to be the same. Your country has to be the same, and this country has to be the same, with $, without $. Very important. Now this code actually is not going to validate. We'll do that in a minute. So just to show you what we have, we'll go back to here. We have our country, we have our list. If they don't select anything and they hit submit, it just says your country is. It doesn't post anything because they haven't actually selected anything. So if we go back here, they select something, they hit submit, your country is Albania. And that's it. In the next video, we're going to end this video here. The next video, I'm going to show you how to validate. Very simple. It's not hard to do. But I'll end this video here, and I'll see you in part 2.